This is what he's been training for, and he
unzips his jacket,
unzips his jacket, flips into the ring, and kicks Van Dam twice in the face, and we are a go. We get one of Van Dam's lines, don't we?
Yeah, it's you, the kid, or the son. It's you, the son.
Yeah. So, perfect. Yeah. And they give a hell of a fight. Like you said, as a kid, nothing. How magical is it? Because as soon as this credits roll, I'm outside. I'm kicking branches. I'm practicing front flips and trying to kill myself, basically. Like, it's so fun. And this fight scene is fantastic.
It is, like, right from the kick and right once they start fighting, you get the best camera work of the whole movie. It's 360 around the ring with long shots. Yep. Then you get these great close-up 360s of just this fast hand-to-hand stuff, and choreograph is great. It's smooth, it seems like. Even watching it now, the fighting is top-notch, like up there with it.
Holds up everybody so
looks
well.
Great. Yeah, it does.
And like you said, everyone looks fantastic. Kurt McKinney with his taekwondo and his just athletic ability, and gorgeous leg to Van Dam.
And did you catch that little story that McKinney told in the podcast, in Atkins' podcast, about Van Dam was going hard and hurting some people.
Yeah, tell that story.
And so McKinney, Van Dam had been going hard, and he had hurt Sugarfoot on one, and maybe kicked a couple other people too, and landed some kicks as well. But McKinney wanted to play a joke on him and scared him. So in the last fight scene, Van Dam has him on the ground, and he's punching him. And so McKinney thought it'd be funny to get a blood capsule from the dressing from props and put it in his mouth. And so when he's down, when Van Dam's beating on him, he pops the blood capsule in his mouth and just is drenching blood. And he said just Van Dam got so scared about it too. I can imagine that after all this happened.
Some type of internal bleeding or something like that. Yeah.
Sorry, I've killed a man.
Yeah. He does the backflip that Bruce Lee had worked with him on in their ghost room, their ghost abandoned house. And the city erupts with joy.
They realize what he'd been fighting for. Again, honestly, they don't know what he's been fighting for.
No one does.
But they just thought it was a $1 tournament to get into on a Friday night.
Was the father at this?
Yeah, he was. He was sitting next to him, and
yeah.
he didn't do anything. He didn't do shit.
I know.
Tom Stillwell is the biggest coward in...
He really... your son is going up against this monster. This killer. The mob.
The mob, yeah.
And we have to assume this isn't over, right? You don't embarrass the mob like this.
Yeah, no. What are they going to do? His dad's going to be mad at him. His dad has turned to drink. After this fight, his dad has turned to drinking. He realizes how big of a coward he is. He knows that he's just a bartender, that his wife is the moneymaker, that his son is the hero of Seattle. This guy, I don't know what he's done. Maybe he has a grave next to Bruce Lee's now. Maybe he ended it and he just didn't want to embarrass the family anymore.
I'm just curious as to it's not. So the mob has been humiliated. They're coming after you, buddy.
Yeah.
And your dad, you get ready to fight the mob because like you said, your dad ain't doing shit.
I don't see why they couldn't have thought of part 2 immediately. Let's expand on this and add more kind of, a quick, like Karate Kid 2 ending right after the tournament. Yeah, just end it right after the tournament. Yeah. See the ramifications of that immediate fallout kind of thing. And then going on from part 2. That would have been great. And just film it in the States. Why did you have to go to South Africa or Cambodia to do this?
Yeah, it's to do a really bad movie, except the last 20 minutes. They're really fun. So, it's kind of... If you took out all the acting, it's kind of a perfect movie, man. And honestly, it's so fun to look back on it. And the cheesiness, in a certain way, makes it... I don't know. It still holds up, in my opinion. It's still a fun movie to watch.
It is fun, but it's nostalgia's sake. like that. I love it. I do love the action. I love every action scene in it, every fight scene.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just it's almost uncomfortable to watch at times a little bit.
Yeah, the acting is that bad.
Yeah, but it's just like I'll find myself just today, like even before we started recording, I just wanted to watch the action scenes again, and just to hear the scream of Tom Stillwell when his leg breaks is the best thing in the world.
It's really great.
Jason! Yeah.
The same way every time. I wonder if that was like the way George Lucas would extend scenes by just rewinding like the Sand People.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was just, we're going to make him say Jason 3 times the exact same way. Yeah, so that was No Retreat, No Surrender. Final thoughts, Marcus?
I mean, if we're giving out of 10, nostalgia-wise, I give it a 10 because it's at the top tier of nostalgia movies that I love. But as a movie, I'd probably give it a 6, and that's just based on all the action. Is why I'm giving it that.
The action is the only reason it gets a 6. Yeah. I think that's fair. I think if you haven't watched it in a while, go back. It's a good time. And like Marcus said, you got Corey Yuen helming this thing, so the action is going to be great, and the acting is secondary.
And watch it on YouTube. Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Google or just search No Retreat, No Surrender. You'll see like the 2-hour, 37-minute, like you think it's a Titanic movie with the length of time that it is. But you'll see like the cuts that we talk about too that you don't see in the VHS that you may remember as a kid if you watched it. Yeah. And if you haven't seen it at all, get ready. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready and get ready to laugh and, just be impressed by the action. So that was No Retreat, No Surrender, and I hope to shout that to you many more times, Marcus, and give you like a solid high five.
Oh, I'd love that if we get in a fight in L.A. and we're just cornered. Yeah.
Yeah, No Retreat, No Surrender, and then we get our asses kicked.
Yeah, we will.
But thank you for joining us. Thank you to Stoli Vodka and Kahlua for giving us these White Russians. And thank you for listening. Catch us next week on Bullets,
Bourbon,
and Karate.
Jason!